welcome back to my YouTube channel, everybody. This week, cause I'm like, I haven't done anything for Christmas and I'm against the clock, I just have kind of like a vlog home styling video for you this week. It's not as long as kind of my usual videos because I need to go and do my Christmas shopping, and as usual I've left it to the last minute. I did actually make some pots, one of my neighbour's presents. I did a little DIY which you're going to see in like the next section. I'll put timestamps below, and at the end of the video I'm just giving you an update on Christmas. And I will have a video next week, but then there'll be no video for the start of January because I need to have an L rest. But anyway, I explain more about that at the end of the video. You can skip ahead, but let's get into the video. Now, I have a confession to make. I have been gifting my neighbour bottles of wine each year. They don't drink alcohol. I feel very bad. I did not know this, but they love their garden. So I decided I'm going to pot up some herbs. Literally cost me the same price, if not cheaper, than a bottle of wine. And I'm going to just personalise some pots. I'm just going to stick some names on them. Blondie is helping as usual. Now, I realised as well that I was running out of vinyl, so I literally had to cut the exact amount. You'll see that I had cute little like pictures of like the rosemary and things like that, but I only had, that's all of the light toned vinyl that I had left. I do need to place an order for some supplies, so I printed the names off and I weeded them out and I stuck them onto the terracotta pots. I gave the terracotta pots a good clean before sticking them on, but what I will say is my terracotta pots, when I was sticking the decals on, there was a little bit of moisture in the pot because it's like clay and they take a while to dry out and it was cold outside. So do be a bit more patient than I was, but they still stuck to it and they're fine. So then I pot them up and you're going to see the epic mistake that I made, but I was able to fix it.
I watch you as you drive. Do you know I'm looking? And I can't help but smile. Do you know how much I love you? You put my favorite song on, I put my feet up, and we just sing along. And I can't help but feeling, just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here together? If I could stop the time, don't you know?
Guess who made a right mistake? This pot says mint. First of all, this is wrong again. I've put thyme in rosemary. I picked up this and I was like, I don't have mint. I didn't buy mint. I do have mint in my like veggie box over there, so I think I'll take some of that. But that was silly. So now I have to fix rosemary. Thyme is coming out. Rosemary's going in. I knew I was going to do that. I knew. Okay. We can fix this. I now have a thyme for myself, and I'll take mint that I already have and I'll propagate that in here.
If I could stop the time, don't you know that I would? 'Cause I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? Forever. Forever. Forever.
Now, I also did a little bit of pottering in the garden. Don't mind the state of my pond because it's still an absolute work in progress. But I left last week's video where we had to kind of still tidy up some of the gardening, and we're still working on the project. It's kind of like an ongoing thing. But my brother came over to help me put some of the good topsoil into the ground, and we took some time to take out some of the larger kind of like rocks and just kind of work on this little patch. This is going to be hopefully a lovely blossoming flower bed. So yeah, you can see he's just kind of taking out some of the old kind of crap soil. And I also planted 2 grasses, but I'm not going to plant any more. Later in the video you'll see the pond plants that I ordered, but I want to do lots of stones and stuff around this. But I had 2 grasses and these grow like nice and tall, and one of them is like an autumn kind of, has lovely foliage in autumn. So I planted them. Also, I got free bulbs, and waste not, want not. I had placed an order with Mr. Middleton, and when I opened the box there was like 3 packets of free bulbs. So I was like, oh, I'll never say no to free bulbs. So I had 2 containers and I just threw them into a pot because the more tulips the merrier. I cannot wait for spring. If you saw my video with the raised beds, and I planted them all up with like hundreds of bulbs, I am so excited. Also, another free plant, my neighbour was dividing up some of his like perennials and he threw me in a plant. I'm not sure what this is. It's a pink flower and it's like a kind of late autumn flower. He had waited for it to finish flowering and divided it up, and he gave me and my neighbour some. Also, this pink hue is not a filter. It was just the sunset that I had on this evening, and it was so pretty. Pond plant haul. If this ain't your jam, you can skip ahead. So I was saying to you in the last video that I was finding it hard to source some pond plants. I think it was just the time of year, and I found some. So I got these delivered from Clarenbridge Garden Centre, which I think is actually in Galway, methinks. So I'm going to show you what I got. And they actually came packaged with these little bamboo sticks to stop them obviously getting bashed. And I can use these now. They're handy for like peas and sweet peas and climbers. So I was like, ooh, I got some bamboo abundance. Let me pop them on the table. So I actually just got, I think, 5 for the moment, because the goal for the pond is, I had said in the last video, like wildlife. So I got some oxygenating plants, because I'm hoping that I can just create this little, what I keep saying is build and they will come. So if I plant it up, and I'll see what comes. Also, funny story, I was looking for some rocks or stones to put around the pond, so like big ones for like wildlife and stuff. And I was out on my walk and the council were like digging up the paths or making a new path or something, but I seen one of the lads, and I actually know him, and he had loads of offcuts in his hands, and I was like, well, what are you doing with them? And he's like, just go in the bag. And I was like, listen, can I have a couple of them for my pond? So they were just nice concrete stones, not too thick, and I could just wash them and use them. So I asked my brother, he said, yeah, I'll put a couple aside for you. So I've asked my brother if he'll go and collect them for me. So free stones, because I'm sure I could go and kind of buy some like pond rocks. I don't want to steal them from nature either. That's where I'm at. So definitely I do plan to do more kind of height and staggering and stones around the pond, because the wildlife apparently need all of that to climb in and out. And also grasses, that's why I've planted some grasses, because the bugs will use them to climb in and out. Also, a couple of people on the last video were saying, you know, to reconsider and get fish, because I think it's good for like mosquitoes or something. But in Ireland we don't really have a mosquito problem. We definitely have plenty of flies and bugs, and I don't want to have another, I don't want to be responsible for a fish in my pond, if that makes any sense. I'd rather leave the fish where he wants to be. Where do fishes be? Rivers and lakes? So yeah, I'm not gonna put fish into it. But again, build and they will come. If he manages to find his way in, he can stay. My purpose is not to have a pond for fish. It's to have it for like wildlife and stuff. I remember watching Gardener's World, and they were saying that just even a little bit of water in your garden is great for like nature. Already I have seen the pigeons like drinking from it. Some of the birds were kind of using it as a bath, which was great. But other than that, I don't have anything else. So first up, I got two. Did I get 2 of these? No, these are obviously wet because they're pond plants, so I will have to plant them soon. But I got 2 iris, and these are like aquatic ones. Livigata. Oh, it's running down my arm. They're going back in the bag. Yeah, 60 to 80 centimeters. And then I've noticed as well, the great thing about these plants is on the back there's like a zone thing, and it tells you what depth. It tells you what depth to plant them. So this is a zone 1, so it's like on the edge of your pond, and then zone 2, 3 and zone 4 is like in your pond. So this is for the edge. I got 2 iris, again because I seen him in Monty Don's pond, so good enough for him. Now I got just 1 because I heard that these can grow kind of big. I have a pond lily, although she's not looking too alive. And this is zone 3 in your pond. So this is like proper in your pond. But I will just like plant it in and see what happens. But yeah, I can't wait to have like pond lily. And then, okay, I'm gonna have to put this on my table, but it is wet. They kind of smell like pond plants, you know? Got just 2 of these grasses. Also bear in mind that these are looking like a little bit dead, probably just because it's the time of year. This is, yeah, zone 1 to 2. This is another, it's called a phalaris, P-H-A-L-A-R-I-S. And this is zone 1 or 2 in your pond. So again, I'll put it kind of on the sides. And this is like a grass, but I think it's like an oxygenating like grass. I'm like, yeah, I'm excited to see how this pond lily's gonna do. He just looks like roots at the minute. Oh, there is like a little bud on it. I'm nervous for this one. Pond lily. I think I need to get them, like, they're like netted baskets, isn't it? I've seen them on Gardener's World when they're putting a pond plant in. They put it in this basket so that way the water can get in but your pond isn't full of muck. So now I would get out into the garden and plant them with you, but as you can see, I'm dressed. I'm a lovely girl today. I have to go and do some sort of Christmas shopping, and I have an appointment at 4 o'clock. So I was like, I really want to plant them, but I think I'll have to wait until tomorrow. And I'm going to pop into the garden centre as well to see if I can get those baskets, and I need to get my rocks as well. So that's going to be for another video. And also thank you to the lady who sent me a link to this lady's, like, she had 2 videos, and it was her wildlife pond and how she did it, and she had like a preformed pond shape like the one that I used. I'll pop a link to last week's video if you want to check it out. And I loved, she had like a frog pond and it looked amazing. Now I don't know, I mean, we do have frogs in Ireland, and I have seen when I'm on like hikes and stuff, there is like pond areas, like wild, where they'll have like signs to say like be careful frogs, but I don't know if they'll come into my garden. How would they find my garden? I don't know, but I'm hoping I'll get like dragonflies this year, and like maybe the butterflies, and yeah, just like more kind of nature in the garden. That is the goal. I'm back with the plants. I just found plant hauls not over. These are my oxygenating plants. I was like, did I not order 2? This is a Myriophyllum zone 3. This goes into the pond. So this is that kind of seaweedy looking stuff. So I don't know if you can see that. I ordered like 2 of them, and they're like, yeah, what you kind of see in a pond. So my goal is to have lots of oxygenating plants that I can then just, I only have to clean out the pond maybe once or twice a year. I basically just follow Gardener's World. Whenever Monty's cleaning his pond, that's when I'll clean mine. But I remember watching a video where he was cleaning out his and like just removed like a certain amount of water and topped it up and whatever. That is all my plants. That's all my pond plants. That's the one I was looking for. It was this one that was the oxygenating one. Yeah, and hopefully it kind of like grows and multiplies, and I hope all these live. Also, we don't get much snow in Ireland, never say never. We don't get snow the way you guys would get it in like Canada and certain parts of like America. When we do get snow, it would be obviously on mountains and things like that. And we did have a bad snow a couple of years ago, and I think 2008 and 2009. But you're talking it'll last a week, 2 weeks, and then it kind of goes back milder. But we are an island next to the Atlantic. Anything is possible. I just grabbed my tea. Oh, lots of teas needed, especially if I'm going to do my Christmas shopping. I say I'm never going to leave it to the last minute. I'll leave it to the last minute. Now, it's time for me to wish you all a happy Christmas. And next week, I think I'm hoping to do like a fun look back on the projects during the year video for next Thursday, which will be just after Christmas. But I will be kind of like offline. I won't be on comments as much. And I encourage you all to do the same. Take some time to unplug, because I know like this time of year can be hard for some people. And I think sometimes like social media and stuff can make you feel like lonely maybe, and I like to just unplug and just spend time with my family. No phones, just relaxing. So I do encourage you to do the same. So I want to say happy Christmas. Thank you for what a year it has been. I keep saying that, but like if you have followed me from like the start of the year, it was not it was a false start at the start of the year, between like my mom being sick and losing my job. But then roll on 12 months later and I have a book that is now available for pre-order. We have a year full of amazing projects that I've had so much fun doing, and we've grown the community as well. So I just want to say a massive happy Christmas. Thank you so much for all of the support this year, and I will see you hopefully in next week's video. And then there won't be a video the first week of January, so let me get my calendar. Let's have a look at the dates. Okay, so yeah, Thursday 30th of December I will pop up a video. No video for Thursday the 6th of January, so I can take some time off, and then I'll come back like the 13th. And yes, 13th. I'll see you back here the 13th of January, yeah? It's a date. But again, thank you so much for all your support this year, and I'll see you all in next video and next year. Stay safe everyone, and I hope you have a lovely Christmas.